The hood of her car was still warm when she whispered it, soft, almost lost in the evening air. "I wish you were mine." For a second, I thought I imagined it. I looked up from the engine, my hands stained with grease, heart suddenly louder than the ticking metal. She stood there in the fading light, arms wrapped around herself, eyes unsure but honest. "I wish that too," I heard myself say, before fear could stop me. That moment didn't come out of nowhere. 3 weeks earlier, I was just a guy who pulled over on a quiet roadside. Her car had broken down, hazard lights blinking like a silent cry for help. Most people passed. I didn't. Not because I'm a hero, just because I've known what it feels like to be stuck and invisible. She was frustrated, a little embarrassed, but still kind. "You don't have to do this," she had said. "I know," I replied, smiling. "But I want to." That's how it started. Small conversations, shared laughs, and unexpected coffee stops while waiting for parts. Nothing dramatic. Just two people slowly becoming part of each other's ordinary days. But life isn't always that simple. She was leaving. A new job. A new city. A different life waiting for her. And there I was, tightening the last bolt, wishing time would loosen its grip for once. Her words hung between us, fragile but real. Maybe kindness doesn't always change the world. But sometimes, it changes two people just enough to make a moment feel like forever. The silence after our words wasn't empty. It was heavy with everything we hadn't said. She looked away first, blinking quickly, like she was trying to stay strong. "I didn't mean to say that out loud," she murmured, forcing a small laugh. "Maybe you were supposed to," I replied, softer this time. A cool breeze passed between us, carrying the scent of rain. It felt like the world was pausing, waiting to see what we'd do next. "I leave in 2 days," she said. 2 days. It sounded shorter when she said it like that, like something temporary, not the kind of distance that changes everything. "That's soon," I managed. She nodded. "Yeah. It's a big opportunity. The kind you don't say no to." Her voice was steady, but her eyes weren't. I leaned against the car, suddenly unsure of where to put my hands, my thoughts, my feelings. "I'm happy for you," I said, and I meant it. But it didn't stop the quiet ache growing inside my chest. "Are you?" she asked, searching my face. I hesitated. "Yeah. I stopped, exhaling. I didn't expect to meet someone who'd matter this much, this fast." Her expression softened. "That's the thing about you," she said gently. "You show up. You care. You don't even realize how rare that is." For a moment neither of us spoke. Then she took a step closer. "What if we met at the wrong time?" she whispered. I shook my head slowly. "Or maybe, the right time, just not the easy one." She smiled through the sadness. And in that moment we both knew, this wasn't just about fixing a car anymore. That night, neither of us wanted to say goodbye. "Coffee?" I asked, even though it was already late. She smiled. "Only if you promise not to fix anything this time." "No promises," I joked, but the truth was, I didn't want to fix this. I wanted to feel it, even if it hurt. We ended up at a quiet little place, the kind with dim lights and soft music where time feels slower. We talked about everything, childhood dreams, missed chances, the people we used to be. It was easy, almost too easy. "I used to think life would be straightforward," she said, tracing circles on her cup. "Study, work, settle down. But it never really goes that way, does it?" I shook my head. "No. Sometimes the best things show up when you're not even looking." She looked at me then, really looked at me, and I felt it. That quiet understanding. That unspoken connection you can't force. "What scares you?" she asked suddenly. I thought about it for a moment. Losing something before I even get the chance to hold on to it. Her eyes softened. "Yeah, me too." There was a pause, but it wasn't awkward. It was honest. "Do you believe in timing?" she asked. "I think timing is just life testing how much something means to you." I said. And what if it means everything? She whispered. I didn't answer right away. Instead, I reached across the table, hesitating for just a second before letting my hand rest over hers. Then maybe you don't let it go so easily. Her fingers tightened slightly, like she was holding on to more than just my hand. And for the first time, leaving didn't feel like a decision anymore. It felt like a risk. The next morning felt different. Not because anything had changed, but because everything had. I woke up with her on my mind, replaying every word, every look, every quiet moment we shared. It wasn't just a connection anymore. It was something deeper, something neither of us could ignore. My phone buzzed. Are you free today? I didn't even think before replying. For you? Always. We met at a small park just outside the city. The sky was clear, the kind of blue that makes you believe in fresh starts. She was already there when I arrived, sitting on a bench, watching the world pass by like she was trying to memorize it. You look like you're saying goodbye already, I said, sitting beside her. Maybe I am, she replied quietly. Not just to this place, but to a version of myself. I frowned slightly. What do you mean? She turned to me. The version that plays it safe. That doesn't take risks. That lets fear make decisions. I felt that. So what are you saying? I asked, my voice more serious now. She took a deep breath. I don't want to spend my life wondering what if, especially not about you. Her words hit me harder than I expected. This job, it's important, she continued. But so is this, whatever this is between us. For a moment, the world around us faded. No noise. No distractions. Just two people standing at the edge of a choice. You don't have to decide everything today, I said gently. I know, she replied. But I have to decide if I'm brave enough to try. I looked at her, really looked at her, and realized something. This wasn't about perfect timing. It was about courage. The day she was supposed to leave, the sky turned gray. It felt fitting, like the world understood what I couldn't put into words. I stood at the station, watching people come and go, each one carrying their own story. Mine felt like it was standing still. Maybe this was it. Maybe some people come into your life just to remind you what's possible, and then leave. I checked my phone. No message. I exhaled slowly, trying to accept it. Maybe she chose the safe path. Maybe she had to. And then, hey! I turned around. There she was. No suitcase. No rush. Just her. You're still here, I said, almost in disbelief. She smiled, a little nervous but sure. Yeah. I am. What about your flight? I didn't get on it. For a moment I couldn't speak. You were right, she continued, stepping closer. It's not about perfect timing. It's about courage. And for the first time in my life, I chose what scared me the most. My heart raced. And what's that? She looked straight into my eyes. You. Everything else faded. You don't have to give up your dreams, I said quickly. We can figure it out. Together. She nodded. I know. This isn't the end of my journey, it's just a different path. I laughed softly, relief and happiness mixing all at once. So, what now? She reached for my hand, holding it like she never wanted to let go. No, she said, smiling through tears. We stop wondering what if, and start living what is. And just like that, a simple act of kindness turned into something neither of us expected. A love brave enough to stay.